People who run the world, the Freemasons, Illuminati, secret. Proof of what they're doing to people by Dale Smith. That's them in their hall. Around the eye. But no. The secret in the Freemasons and Illuminati is third eye. It's a part of your brain you can access and you go vegan with no egg and no sugar. They also place it in movies. My name is Dale Smith. I live at 1A Ankle Court, Lockheed, Dundee. My address may change, but I will tell you where I'll be heading if I do so. My phone number won't change. My phone number is 07448198867. So around 4 years ago, I was looking into who actually runs the world. I started to look into secret societies and wonder what the secret was in there. My family are all members within the Freemasons and Illuminati. There is a hierarchy. If my family deny this, they will be under orders, and I will attach a photo of my Uncle Colin Smith's grave with a Freemason's compass on top left hand corner. And also my sister Hayley passed away 4 years ago. She also has the all-seeing eye on her arm relating to the Freemasons Illuminati, and you'll see this also on the $1 bill that proves there is a member in my family. Then I started to look into the human brain, and I found evidence of something called a third eye, mind's eye, or pineal gland as some people put it. See photos attached. Please, people sing about this in various songs, and also people do songs at these repetitive number times also. I will attach photos of that. This is how the resistance in the Freemasons Illuminati communicate with you. Anyone in this group tells you directly what to do. It is mutiny and is punishable by death. My father's old number ended in 555. Also, see photo in attached file. I never realised this until all these numbers started flagging up around me, to the point even the job centre started messaging me at these timings. And I was also getting paid in repetitive numbers. Also, and it hasn't just happened once, it's happened a few times. Appointments, even appointments, I started coming across repetitive numbers, i.e. 000 to 999 on car number plates, etc. There was a lot, so I started to take photos. They also use 3-letter words on car number plates. I have a lot of these as well. If I took a photo every day to fill my Facebook page up, any number you type in on the internet, you can get a meaning for. It started with a bank card from Thai Banking. The security code on there was 777. It didn't just happen from one bank, it happened from Metro Bank. My old account number is 220167884. These numbers started to appear there also. I became concerned. I will attach a photo. Even on my new bank account, transactions, etc. started to appear there. Then I became vegan. I moved from my parents' house, and then I moved to Bedford. The council moved me into a hotel, the Premier Inn. Then they moved me to Desi Grill, a flat A above there. The phone number ended in 222. Please look at the photos below. Then I began to see cars with these repetitive numbers on. I began to take photos, as there seemed to be quite a lot. It seemed a bit odd to me. Around the same time, I then saw on social media these repetitive numbers. I thought this was very odd, so I began to screenshot all of these. See photos below. Around the same time, I saw a post about decalcification on TikTok. There are hundreds of these misleading, dangerous posts online that led me to believe you had to calcify your brain to access your third eye, mind's eye, or even pineal gland. When that is not the case, if you go vegan with no egg and no sugar, it opens. I have been to the hospital, and let me remind you at this time that 111, the NHS's number, is a repetitive number. Do you honestly believe that the secret societies running the world are going to tell the truth about this? Are they hell? I decalcified my brain. I burst the blood-brain barrier, ended up getting a tapeworm in there that they are lying about. If you think you can't get a tapeworm in your brain, then go and educate yourself a bit and type in man with tapeworm in his brain. If that tapeworm would have stayed in there, that would have ate his brain. There is ample evidence on my Facebook. I need your help, as I believe The meninges, which is the protective layers that protect your brain, is going to burst anytime soon. You need to ask a neurologist what would happen if you were to decalcify your brain and burst the blood-brain barrier. His answer would be you would open up your brain to infections and would die. However, there is also a first time for everything and would have major complications. There's a man online with 90% of his brain missing. I know how he did that, but they will not tell you, because secret societies that run the world are threatening everyone if they dare speak out against this. They are also murdering people by showing them decalcification of the pineal gland. You do not have to decalcify your brain at all. I did it by distilling my water and drinking a gallon a day for 9 months straight. You also need to ask a neurologist what effect that amount of water would have on the brain. His answer would be you would flood the brain and wash it out. Anything you eat or drink goes into your stomach, into your small intestine, then through the liver, then up and around the body into your brain. Yes, food does enter the brain. That's why if you have a chemical imbalance, mental health in the brain, you take medication for this. I will attach a photo of this also. The resistance in the secret societies are using these repetitive numbers as a way to communicate with anyone that finds this secret out. It's a loophole in Masonic law. I will also attach a photo. There is a resistance within the Freemasons and Illuminati, and my family are part of this. I believe my grandfather Harry Smith left a Freemason's compass on my uncle's grave, so if I got enough evidence together, maybe you'd look at it. I have proof in numbers, even wars and Russia invading Ukraine, adding up to the same numbers. I also have what I believe to be murders linking certain people by way of sign language and repetitive numbers, and also an X. I will also attach photos. Long story short, if you don't help me and ask the relevant questions to professionals, I will die within the next month or so. They are tricking people into the calcification of the pineal gland and making them believe your brain is calcified, and then covering it up and making it look like suicide. But that is not all they are doing. They are running around behind closed doors, murdering people and making it look like suicide. They place the third eye, mind's eye, also in movies. You access this by going vegan, no egg and no sugar. If your mother or father never knew about this as a baby, just switch into solids. You got fed baby food, and if they knew about this, you got fed vegetables. My father Kevin Smith was mutinied against the Freemasons and told me how to access it, but I fell for the trick of the calcification of the pineal gland. Please take what I'm saying seriously and look at all my posts online. Anything they do in this world, they mark it with repetitive numbers. It's their signature. They're signing stuff through numbers. I've got ample evidence. I'm putting emphasis on my Facebook. There's a hell of a lot on there. It is set to public. Anyone can see it. If my father is found dead by way of suicide, this isn't what he did. He mutinied against the bad. I will attach a link with all the evidence in relating to numerology and sign language and what I believe to be murders. I believe I have ample evidence enough for there to be an investigation on the following people. The secret societies use a massive symbolism, i.e. X, Xbox, X Factor, X-Men, and also Xmas. Also, Twitter has changed its name to X, so it goes back to the Bible, hence the cross. This is the meaning behind X. Even if you look at some jails up and down the country from a bird's eye view, it's an X and a V. It's Roman numerals. All the hand signs, sign language is also what they do. I will also attach various links regarding symbolism, numerology, hand signs, sign language. If you're doubting what I'm saying, take a look at Mickey Hoare from Hemel and his brother Ben. In one of the photos, Ben is making a middle finger on the 222nd photo on Alex Dent's Facebook. Lewis's mother. The photo is actually on my Facebook. It isn't actually in this file, but on the 222nd photo, there's more hand signs, sign language. I believe I found a way to identify participating members that are doing this to people. If you go onto anyone's Facebook, they've got hand signs, the 111th photo, 222nd photo, 333rd photo, 444th photo, etc. These are participating members of the Freemasons Illuminati. Dave Courtney and his friends are making Masonic compass in hand symbolism. Police even said they was investigating his death at the start of his death. I will attach all this in one of the links I send to you. There will be one link I have attached at the bottom of the page, at the back of the portfolio. On the second portfolio, there's a link there. It has around 900 photos. Please treat this with haste and contact a neurologist. There's loads of evidence on my Facebook, and I believe others that have these numbers around them or hand signs have died because of this group. This is who runs the world and who is behind the governments, and I believe I know where they want to take this world to. And there are millions of people at risk. Everyone I mentioned is dead. That is dead is around Freemasons and Illuminati's symbolism, X, or repetitive numbers, or hand sign, sign language. And I don't think anyone has heavily documented this as I have. I will also mention that other people I believe that have been murdered in the list below. You need to go thoroughly through my Facebook. There's a hell of a lot more on there. There's also terrorist attacks and derailing trains on there. So the terrorist attacks are stuff that I've linked. 9/11, 7/7 bombings. The link between that is the number 77. The submarine that imploded exactly 111 years later, the Titanic. That was the year of the Titanic sinking, 111, so 111. There was a train called Crazy 8 or something. They made a film about it. In the film they called it 777. It's based on a true story. This needs to be passed to the major crime unit. Someone needs to investigate this as quickly and as hastily as you can, as the tapeworm I have inside my brain is going to burst the meninges. I burst the blood-brain barrier around just over 3 years ago. I'm getting pain inside my head, and they are denying all knowledge due to this tapeworm moving, as I have stated. You need to ask a neurologist the questions I have asked you to ask. If you don't do this, I will die, and you will be held accountable for not investigating this as fast and as fast as possible. The reason I've emailed New Scotland Yard as well as other police forces, i.e. Police Scotland, Hertfordshire Police, and also Bedfordshire Police. I've also emailed NCA. I will, if I have to, move down to Hertfordshire, Bedfordshire, submit all the evidence I have in paper and ask for a receipt, and then make it your issue. This isn't on. If you do nothing, I'll put proof up of FCR inquiries, emailing, responding to me, and not getting back to me. After I mentioned I was going public with the whole thing, they never got back to me. I will allow 24 hours, as this is a medical emergency and the NHS is lying about this. Who are you going to believe? The person with numerology to the point the job centre is messaging me at these timings, these repetitive number timings, including the time of 9/11, i.e. my date of birth. And it hasn't just happened at once. There are numerous people messaging me these repetitive number timings. Also, all the bank statements changed to repetitive numbers, the timings, and my old account, even the headers on some of my screenshots that I've taken. I wasn't taking them at them times. When I was taking it, that was what was coming up. Repetitive numbers, the time is on my old account, the balance. I will also simplify the video stating that back in 2020 I went vegan, and then randomly a post pops up on my social media about decalcification of the pineal gland, and I will make sure there's proof of my family to sue and possibly even have your job for not acting accordingly. So I've got proof on the following people: my uncle Colin Smith, proof, Hemel Hempstead, Freemasons compass on the top left of the grave, Matthew Smith, proof, repetitive numbers in the comments, Hayley Smith, proof, all seeing on her arm, Mark Tully, proof, photographic evidence and numbers as well, but I haven't put that on here. Dave Courtney in London, photographic evidence in hand signs in the form of a Freemasons compass. Mickey Hoare, proof, Hemel Hempstead, hand signs, sign language, repetitive numbers. Whitney Houston, proof of her age, 36, every number from 1 to 36 adds up to 666. Lewis Dent, proof, Hemel Hempstead, hand signs, sign language. Ross Turner, proof, Hemel Hempstead, repetitive numbers. There is a photo of Ross's little girl at the time of 11/11. John Curry, his age 36, every number from 1 to 36 adds up to 666. He died at Uxbridge, or he actually died in Kensington, but Uxbridge. DMX proof, repetitive numbers. Obviously he lives in America. Laurie Moore proof, Helmut Hempstead car number plate. Jill Dando proof, was working for Crime Stoppers, which is a repetitive number. Harry Dunn Crowton, hit by a diplomat, usually these are exes. Princess Diana proof, London, Paris. Her date of birth 1st of the 7th, 1961. First two part 17, then the year 1 + 9 + 6 + 1, 17. And if you type in when was the Freemasons first established, it says 1717. Now that's one link that works. The other one I will show it, is at the back of that portfolio over there. The other ones I think have expired now. These ones have expired, but I have got one that's a link that was valid for a year. So there's loads more on my Facebook. Everybody's name I've mentioned is on there. This is irrefutable proof. I've also emailed MPs to the point I haven't got a message back from them either. So what I will start with, this is how it started for me, the bank card. That bank card there, you see my name on it, that's come from Thai Banking. Now that just went missing. I don't know where the fuck that's gone. That just seemed to just disappeared. But that's from Thai Banking. That's how it started. It didn't happen from one bank, it happened from 2 banks. And here's where it gets interesting. I will video this whole thing. Shit. Just sorry about this, I just pulled apart the portfolio. Sorry about this, sorry about the delay. Right, let's get this back in order. It's always fluffing up a minute. Right, so sorry about that. So take note how I moved miles away where I was living before, and the job centre is now messaging me these repetitive number times again, and even making appointments at these repetitive number times. Fucking drives you mad. Like the whole thing's fucking nuts. So not 0909, 0909. Certain clocks will show 0909. 222. And I think on that page is actually, yeah, 222. 222. 1212. 1133. 1133. 9/11, my date of birth. 12/12. 1222. 1122. 1122. 1001. That's a mirrored number. That's what they do as well. 9/11. 1010. 555. That was from Bedford. Obviously I covered up my address at the time. 1212. I was sort of having some issues with certain people, so I covered up my details at the time. 1212. You can see my name there, so look. 911. 555. 1212. 111. 222. 1010. Not just once, a few times. 111. 1001. Mirror number again. 444. 1117. They use different, like I said, they use the number 7. That what they would do with me is they used the number 7 related to working. I put a guide in here also of how to use the number. So this stuff started also showing up on my bank. I started just screenshotting all of it really, to give myself a bit more proof that I've already got. Like, so I wasn't actually going to the cash point or anything at this time, but these were coming up on my feed. Who are you going to believe? Are you going to believe the person that's getting all the job centre, booking these timings at repetitive number timings, or are you going to believe me? You're going to believe me, aren't you? So 911. 911. 0505. 0303. 1111. 444. 0404. 1122. 444. Like, there's a lot. There's so many. Like, my old bank statements were fucking going nuts with it. 0404. 111. 1212. Just loads of it. I've got rates, tons of it. Even people messaging me these times. I will show that as well. One, 555. Like, there's loads. 0202. To the point that I was actually getting paid at these timers as well. That's just the first. I think I'll show you that in a minute. 0101, 1212, 1212, 1222, 444, 1111, 0202. 911, 1001, 1001, 333, 1111, 1111. Like, that's other people sending me this money at this time and stuff. Like, it's mad. 111. 111. 0202. That's me getting paid at a repetitive number time. For a repetitive number, not time, repetitive number. There's just loads of it. I've got rates. You can go through this for days. You don't even need to go for my old bank statements. There's going to be a lot for you to look at. Yeah, 0202 0707, etc, etc, like loads. One 133 222. That's payments getting declined, like 555 0909 0101 0808 1122 1133. There's just loads. I've got rates of it. This is coming to the end of this section now, but I've got loads. There's people singing about the mind's eye and mind control. There's one of their songs they sing about, they threaten people in songs and stuff. Play it to you. This is started showing up on my social media, so there you go, 2222. It's even coming up in the lights. Look, I'm not even like, it just comes up. It's madness. 777 8222 111 555, and that's not even in the comments. It's coming up as a picture. 111 111 222 777 444 888 444. And also to the point, let me just go through this so get it in order. So there's loads of stuff in there, loads. I will go through it with you. I'll put it into sections of the truth about cow's milk and how it actually weakens your bones. Calf drinks cow's milk for 6 months and switches to grass and water. Do you not think that calcium in the cow's milk is too strong for you human being to be on its whole life? And at the start of the repetitive numbers, that is the loophole in Masonic law. It's just basically everything is on my Facebook put into paper so I can get a receipt and try and get this rush through. Don't know how this is going to turn out. That's who you call for emergency services, repetitive numbers. This is who's running the world. 111, not obviously 111's not running the world, but they're signing stuff through numbers. That's my dad's old phone number when he lived up in Findon. That's a place in Luton, if you look at that, 000. And then all of a sudden, when I found this out, cars with these repetitive numbers just started flagging up all around me. You got onto your phone, type in what does 000 mean, all right to 999. In fact, any number, it will give you a meaning to that number. This is how the Resistance and the Freemasons communicate with you. 222 777. This is back in 2021, remember, look, I've got heavily documented it. 111. And they've even put them in songs, so if you look there, 333, so what'll happen is you'll find this out, and you're telling me the people that run the world can't control your phone, you're absolutely bonkers. Like, of course they control your phone. Everyone's banging on about these fucking conspiracy theory fucking chips that they're going to put in your fucking hand. You don't need to do that, you've got the fucking chips in your phone. Wake up. It's another part of looking outward. 333 444. This is for anybody that finds this out. X-Fox, X-Factor, X-Men, SpaceX, ITVX, Malcolm X. Twitter just changed its name to X. Xmas, fuck's sake. Eminem X. Stephen Ray Clock's Roman numerals. Scottish flags X. The X is symbolising cross. Like Jamaica's is an X. Even if the jails up and down the UK, like I said, in the form of X and V Roman numerals. Yeah, X and V here. And there. And there. These are the hand signs to start pulling when you find this out. The Freemasons Illuminati isn't about handshakes, it's about sign language that they start pulling when you find this out. You need to, anyone going against this instinct, ignore the hand symbols and listen to me, go to work, go vegan, no egg, no sugar, and you'll get it open. Place it in videos and routines. Charlie Sloth does it perfectly, so there's 6, 6, 6. Same with the other hand. Gino De Campo. Paul McCartney. And a deck. You've got to remember, they use the G for Grand Architects in the Freemasons, so they also report your news to as well. So they're controlling everything you see in here and taking. This is part of the sign language they start pulling. Freemasons compass, that's what that's about. Big Nasty doing the Freemasons compass. I'll show you a picture of him with Dave Courtney in a minute. That's at the end of Bugsy Malone's Men Free video. He's doing that Freemasons compass. That is 666. It's Hebrew. So this is what happened on the bank card I got from Tide, 777 the security code. There's the stuff they're lacing the food with. You're trusting the people to make your food, but then you'll sit there and you'll fucking rebel against governments. These people are the government. So I've been through that one. Right, so here's something about angel numbers freedom. These are what I was telling you. You get a meaning to these numbers. So look, that's what I'm saying. Meaning. Type in what does 333 mean, you'll get a meaning to that. This is for anyone in the world. And also, if you look at that, like I was saying, whenever I was screenshotting this was just fucking, it wouldn't let me screenshot any other time. It would just come up at that time and I was like, what the fuck's going on? All the numbers, any number in the world, even to the point I was going for a job interview. The guy in front of me shows up with a jumper on 333. That was at Bedford Quest Employment. Look, there. Even I took a budget in advance and deductions they took about 33350. This is how they're trying to communicate with you. What good at doing 333. Like Drake, 333. What are you putting that on the fucking thing for? It might be, but fuck it. I'm just fucking submit this to see where it gets me. Might not even go anywhere. Or just cover the whole thing up and then make these stories out of people's lives this way, I don't know. 444 222 444 333. Even people in my social media members, look, 3 for 3, have it come up on a 222nd comment as well. Like, and this is what happened when I first stopped finding this out. So I just found it a bit odd and I stopped taking photos of all of it. They use letters as well. You can type in on your phone what does this letter mean. You get a mean to letter. This as well. To the point, I've stopped my car once because one was behind me and I stopped and that says S555VOG. You can't really read that clear in that photo, but that's what it says. I think I've got another clear photo of it. I stopped the car and I thought I'd go turn around and get a picture of that. The guy booted it off in the other direction. 333 555 444 777 333 222 999 333. Like, it's quite overwhelming, this thing, to be fair. Like, they just give it to me. I think I've already been through this before. To the point, my uncle was telling me to join them. I'm not joining. Fuck that. He wouldn't pay me to join. He started messaging me these timings. He was having clear-cut conversations with me. Dave's just playing a fucking role here. Like, he is so caught up with what is going on. You've all been made to look out with so much, and you just forgot about what's important. Take it from someone who's lost everything. You're fucking sitting there looking outward. They've made you look outward. We've got it open as well. You're all looking outward, and your family is the most important thing you've got in this life. 1313. 2244. 1414. Right, I've got loads. 555. 1616. To the point. Look, see what I'm saying? Whenever I was screenshotting stuff, it was just coming up with their timings. I wasn't actually taking them up, just coming up with their timings. You're telling me the people that run the World Park control your phone, you are very naive. 2323 0707. This is what I was saying about the 0707. Like, some people go, oh, just say 0707. 0707. Works different ways. So 0101 1515. Like, I've got rakes of it. Jade Filati. I spoke to her. Mirrored numbers 2002. 1212. Now all these people are messaging me at the same numbers. 2222. 2255. So the repeating numbers, the repetitive numbers, repeating numbers, and mirrored numbers. 2223. Got loads. 1212. And then when I questioned her about it, she didn't really want to respond too much. It's a bit strange. Like, when you stop asking people, they just sort of try and palm it off. But like I said, she's not the only one that's messaging these times. Other people as well, like Marlon. 1212. That's Bobby. 1111. 911, my date of birth. 111. 1010. Or 0101. Mirror number 1001. So there is clearly something going on. 1133 in that. So 1122 0909 0606 1122 0909. I think Bobby's the one that's been the most of these times. 10001. Ryan Garner. He seems to have disappeared off Facebook as well since I said to him about I was going to the police and stuff. He seems sort of disappeared. Oh wait. '21, that was my ex-partner's date of birth. Yeah, 15th to the 6th, 21. 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 2, 21. But there's loads of this. I'm just making sure I sort of get every page in so you can see it for yourselves. 2211, 2223, 2225, 2211, 2233. Oh, I was even sending emails at this time here. And it's 0303. I've already been through this part with you. And that, been through that. The symbolism is pretty self-explanatory. It goes back to the Bible. The colours red and blue that Jesus wore, and the magic roundabout at Hemel Hempstead resembles the Star of David, and you'd be led to believe that Eve bit into an apple, but it wasn't. It was forbidden fruit. But you've got an Apple iPhone with a bite out of it. Citric acid, which is in apples, is how they are tricking people into decalcification of the pineal gland and destroying their brains. Red and blue, all goes back to the Bible, like I said. Red and blue, 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 red and blue. They're just going to come up with some bollocks saying, oh, these are just primary colours, and the whole thing comes from the Bible. The whole thing. Said about vegan, no egg, no sugar, to get your minds a little further open. Why is there an egg on the fucking side of a house in Southend? I pat around a pair of witches' hand, the Freemasons that are living like they see themselves as like fucking wizards or whatever, fucking witches and shit. Spells and curses, spelling, that's why you got the word spelling, cursing, but they changed cursing to swearing. So you couldn't really clock on. And this was the case in Hampstead where the fucking kids got taken on the date 9/11. They have signing people's deaths through numbers, also having children to be born on certain dates. I would put evidence of psychic abilities in the part of portfolio, i.e. 1717 or 36. 1 to 36 adds up to 666. So the evidence of got psychic abilities is the Gospel of Barnabas. Jesus predicted the forthcoming of Muhammad. CIA classified document, 99 pages long. Someone psychically predicts someone's illness and psychically predicts how to correct it. The Simpsons also predicts a hell of a lot of stuff as well. So many things. This is what they are hiding. Repetitive numbers in the same photos of sign language and hand signs. The Freemasons and Illuminati Club. There's nothing to do with handshakes. It's to do with sign language, hand signs when someone finds the secret out about the third eye and mind's eye. So there's the Gospel of Barnabas. That's $28 million. That says Jesus actually predicted the forthcoming of Muhammad. There's loads of it. Declassified documents of the CIA saying about paranormal human capabilities. I'm just the idiots part all this together. Simpsons, that predicted the submarine as well. This is where it's going to get a bit interesting for people because there's quite a few deaths here. The Lewis Dent hand symbolism. There is another picture on Alex Dent's Facebook on the 222nd photo, but he's actually doing the V sign. And he apparently died of drugs, they said. Now, like I said, it's about psychic abilities or whatever. Like I said, it's about psychic abilities. Lewis died a few years back, but this was put on his wall in 2009. Sick drugs. Ross Turner. I believe I know what these numbers are about. When I first moved to Bedford, if you look at this photo here, the number 80 was I lived on Amtel Road, so I lived above Desi Grill. If you go up to the funeral place, they reference number 80 to do with death, obviously. I know what the 55 is about, I know what the 73 is about, but it's hard to explain. You think I have made a guide, it is in here somewhere. It's also next to the number 6. And this is Ross's little girl on his photo, 1111. There's Laurie Moore. I was walking past a car and I saw Laurie X on the number plate. He so-called went an overdose. Biggie Smalls says in his song Victory at 333 shootouts, and he got shot. Like I said, you could, psychic abilities, what could you say? You could say I'm going to have sex on this day and have a baby on this day. So Princess Diana's date of birth. It's there. First two parts, 17. 1 plus 9 plus 6 plus 1, 17, 17, 17. That was the letter that Princess Diana wrote, or a sister wrote, one or two, saying it was she was going to plan to be killed, and she did get killed. Caroline Flack working at X Factor, she got found so-called when I literally went and killed herself. Heath Ledger, I can't remember what the link was there, but I believe he was as well. So Lee Rigby, his date of birth, 4 for the 7th, 1 plus 9, 4 plus 7 plus 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7. It's 36. Every number 1 to 36 adds up to 666. Peter Cattermole, number 77. He was born in he was working on S Club 7, so like I said, it's about numbers and letters. He just got found dead, apparently, unexpectedly died. number 77. That Harry Dunn who got hit by Diplomat. She just fucked off. They're doing this to keep, they're murdering people, to keep people looking outwards. They're doing the whole fucking thing. It's madness. Excellent number plate. That's from Mickey Hall. I've just got so much of it. This is not one portfolio I've been through. I've still got to go through this one here. Then that completes the set. There's Ben Hall sign language on the 222nd photo of Mickey's profiles. He's got two profiles. There's Mickey doing hand symbolism. There's Bus, Mickey, Ben Scott. It's got two profiles in it, so you're going to have to look into it. And Ben wasn't too happy about me putting that photo up there, making that post, but it's tough, mate. Like, you're fucking wrong what you're doing. That's him confirming his number. He said his old account got hacked. I believe he saw what was coming. And when he deleted his account, so there weren't no photos and stuff on there. They're probably confirming that Ben Lee's twin brother. Same Dino confirms it anyway. Up there as well, it's not a V, like you got Deliveroo signs as well. That's I think either in this book or that book, I'm not sure, I might have gone past it. John Curry, he was 36, so we're number 166, 1 to 36, adds up to 666. There's his initials on my driver's copy from the driver's standards agency, and then his top one was Freemason first 7, it says 1717. Now Dave Courtney, also fucking he's definitely been investigated at the start. And there's him and his pals. Freemason's hand symbolism. They also put this symbolism into brickwork and stuff. It's also at the King's College in London, this stuff is in. Big nasty at the start, I showed you hand symbolism, there's more hand symbolism. And how did Dave Courtney die? Shotgun. I'm showing you how he was going to be killed. There's his pal Jit, he knew him for 20 years. Everyone knows Jit when arms line. The strange thing is about Jit's number, keep an eye on his number. 420666. Now I moved up to Dundee about a year and a half ago, and that was there was graffiti on a building when I first moved up. And Jit's had that number for a long time. Look, they use graffiti and stuff like tags and stuff like that. That's what the graffiti about in this world. That's the location of that graffiti. I didn't even know it was there. Johnny's pals, Dean Beaton, and his associates have got 111 years. Look, 111 years. Total of 111 years. That song, Grease, got brought out a few months later, or I think it's shortly after that Morgan camp in Greece got burnt down. They used the hours as symbolism, so they don't like any sort of evidence. Right, so World War One. Add that up, you get 68. World War Two. Add that up, 68. Russia invaded Ukraine. Add that up, and you get 68. They're signing stuff in numbers. There's the official date of World War II starting. World War One. Russia invading Ukraine. They like to link these to terror attacks. Like I said, the link between 9/11 and 7/7 bombers in London is the number 77. 77 people left, escaped the South Tower, and Flight 77 hit the Pentagon. There's Santander Dave. They all do it. They put it in the routines and stuff, even Prado and stuff. X. Hand symbolism. The heart. The Grenfell. What happened there? It's to keep you looking outward. They're taking. We've got the world, but where I think they want to take it to is another fucking level. Oh. V. Where's my unqualified student? But you can look at the start. Go for the conversations. He's had numerous conversations. My sister. There's friend Danny Dyer. Darren Carpenter. Not seen you in a while, Darren. Hope you're doing alright, mate. Repetitive numbers in breakfast challenges. 666 breakfast challenge by Leah Schutz. Like I said about the Titanic. After 111 years, exactly 111 years, that submarine sunk. That was the film Unstoppable. It was actually about a CSX-8 incident where it's called Crazy 8, where it just went fucking nuts and it derailed and all that. They made a film about it. They called it in the film AWVR 777. Crazy 8, that's what it was called. There's more symbolism. Like they've signposted the whole fucking world. Examples of how to use car number plates. If I took a photo of these for every single day I have, I'd have a lot of photos. I'd take the Max, but there's loads. Bar. Can't really see that, it says B on that one. But it's on my Facebook, there's loads of them. Again, how many times a day do you see repetitive numbers on car number plates? Red. Some of these people won't even know, just people with their third eye minds are. Like I said, the symbolism, through the Babe formula, X666 SM, they link stuff to other stuff. Through the Babe formula, if you didn't know about this, if you do know about it, you get Film Festival. That is one part of one portfolio. That's taken an hour to put up. I wonder how long it's going to take to fucking upload. That's not. That's just topics that I've put. Should be looking at the page, what I want people to look at. Right. That was my uncle's grave and my granddad's grave and my other uncle's grave. So they was all both. My uncles died at 39. There's 2 39s there. My granddad was born in 1939. 3 39s. 3 plus 9 Do it 3 times because there's 3 39s there. 36, 1 to 36, adds up to 666. There's proof there of my family being in the Masons. Top left corner. Mum's grave. Just doing this for a reason. You will get censored if you start mentioning Freemasons. Illuminati, they start censoring you. Yeah, in America, that was the number 77, that's how they linked it. And there were citizens from 77 different countries were among the casualties. All was left stood after the fucking 9/11 cross. Hamish Harding, the sub that sunk, he did a course on 9/11. There was proof of that. And Paul Henry Nogott, I can't remember his name, he was actually 77, so look. Signing things through numbers. That was on 9/11, he done that. That was the other guy that was in the sub. He was 77. Jill Dando. There's just so many people that come across this. But 555111, that was Jill Dando, she was working for Crime Stoppers. There's Haley again. That is my sister's time of death. Danielle's date of birth, I'll show you now. 15th for the 6th, 21. 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 2, 21, 21. Danielle there. That's the date of birth. And that was just randomly popped up on my social media. It says things that will happen before 2030. Colin Smith. I think this is die again. I think this is a couple of times. Obviously it's a lot of fucking work. Robin Williams, he could refer to himself as one in Bicentennial Man. This was something I saw on Hertfordshire Police's website on Facebook. Look at the time, 111. Death of a 16-year-old, death of a man. Call was made at 111. 111. Winnie Houston, date of birth. 1 to 36, adds up to 666. Matthew, there's a star of David in there. You can't see that on this foot. Maybe you can. It's got a foot next to it's the Star of David. I think there's repetitive numbers in the comments as well on his page, on my cousin's page. Paul Walker. They've done it just on the year, so 1 plus 9 is 10, 7 plus 3 is 10, 10, 10. Mark Tully. You might want to take a little read of that, pause the video or whatever. Here, I was telling him I was distilling my water. He's actually got a board, and on his board it says liquid force. And he's holding it the wrong way. He's trying to say, look, how you doing it the wrong way. Same with this board here. It's holding that the wrong way. It's trying to say, no, you're doing it the wrong way. They used to have a company called M&S Direct Access. That was outside my flat. M&S Fire Protection. I can't find Mark's name anywhere on the paperwork. They're going through stuff and deleting. They've deleted Mark's name of the company. 21. Daniel's better worth showing you again. Yeah, Mark and Sharon. Everyone knows that element. Right, this is just plain sailing. Sonic law. They've got their own law, so I don't talk about it. It's about the brain. Pause the video if you can't read all this. I'm just skipping through this as best I can. There's a guy blowing out 90% of his brain for the steel bottom. He still walks around normally, has a normal life. There's a man with a tapeworm in his brain there. And there's Zach telling me he wouldn't calcify, right, he never had to, sorry. That's what it is, that's what the cigarette is. These are the dangerous ones, penile gland decalcification, a lot of shite. To do that just damages your brain. There's an example how they like to change things. See there, it was just 1770, 24 to 1770. They changed that to say it wasn't dairy, but I see had another post, can't really find it, saying there was dairy. Desi Grill, that's how it started. This is part of how it started. This is the place where I got the potatoes out, everything taken out to calcify my brain. Decalcify your brain, dangerous, it's leading to post. Sonic law. I can imagine there's fucking hell of a lot of that. There's a psychiatric nurse at a meeting, she was seeing images. Anyone that sees images apparently gets schizophrenic. But you never had a dream before. What are images in your head? That's an owl. They use symbolism. Shane Brannigan. Symbolism. What's an astronaut in Scotland got to do with? What's an astronaut in Scotland in the shape of? What's got to do with being in Scotland in the first place? London eye, everything's about the eye. Eye candy, eye this, eye that. Eye tunes. Symbolism. Stuff that's in your food. It's like they're creating one problem and then giving you another problem to solve it, and it's like a lot of things done on purpose. And that thing with the 9/11 thing folded into a plane, that's all true as well. So as this recording was made like in 1960, they're telling you their plans, what their plans to do to it. I hired a car a while back, a few years back, or a couple of years back. J888. It was the same car as the Golf. Numerology. This one, why they say you got one way, like on a $1 bill? That's why this company's called One. They'll start driving these past you or whatever. It's mad. There was a one on my toilet in my old flat. Eminem. You look in the background, 444. Terrorist attacks in Manchester. When you play Ariana Grande's song, Back Moss, it says Lucifer killed a boy. There's symbolism about the Apple iPhones. It wasn't going to happen, it's forbidden fruit. There's more satanic symbolism related to the Google Play stuff. It's pretty self-explanatory. Right, and how could I make a set of traffic lights move at exactly 4:44? I was going past the traffic lights at 4:44. This is Monster Can again. I've got this driver's car from the DS8. Had 1717 in the back of it. Is it in the further back and you go back? The driver's status entry, repetitive numbers. Like I said, DSA I got that from. 111 years Titanic. So they're staging these events. Staging the whole thing. Buxton Water, saying about decalcifying your brain. She's making hand symbolism to tell you that's not the right thing to do, it's bad. I've emailed this, I've got proof of their conversations. To the point of saying to police officers, like, I'm going fucking public the whole thing, I'm being ignored. These are all the MPs I've emailed. Nothing is being done about this. Loads of this. Loads and loads and loads of it. That's proof of all the phone calls I've had, the NCA and stuff. I have re-emailed them the new link to the other things I've got. And also, here, it's another word for money. Readies, so that's on my medication. No, I'm not hiding it, I do take medication. But this is the whole world designed for anyone that finds this out to do this to someone. My uncle Colin Smith, he said he died in March, he said it could be May, but it was March he died. And if you go onto my granddad's grave and my uncle's grave, they've hid the dates of the when they was born. They're in Freemason's graveyard. That's the police covering all this stuff up. I covered my address at the time because I had issues with someone, but I didn't cover all this up. This is what the police have covered up. The police covering up what they've said back to me, how I'm saying certain stuff to them, and they're covering the whole fucking thing up. Look, pages of it blocked out. I can imagine what they're going to do. They're going to spin a little lie into you. Oh, we didn't block nothing out. He blocked all that out himself and all that. But who are you going to believe? Like, common knowledge, plenty of Freemasons in the police. Like, I am not a liar. I'm not a fucking liar. There's the guide. You might want to pause the video to have a look at this. Man, I'm so glad I'm nearly in this far. My legs are killing me. There's the different meanings, the different numbers, what they meant at the time. The letters, different meanings, but they use it to associate with different things. The song says relentless you'll survive, relentless you'll drink. Like, they link words in the physical and in music and stuff. Like, what would, if you was worried about the Freemasons or Illuminati putting a price on, what would it be? It'd be a bounty, right? You've got bounty chocolate bars, like, clever what I want to do. Harry Potter phone, that is at 0404, that was at. There is the link for a year. And if you look at this receipt, the petrol station I got, it was, it said 333 on it, it was mad, but. Trap boost and the songs, they're very clever. Like, how can I wouldn't sit there and count out 333 cars, like, fucking give it a rest. On the VAT it said 333 and the bottom of it, it's actually on my Facebook, it says 333. And that, I think, for the minute, is nearly it. If we weren't made, how do you explain all the animals being colour coordinated? This is what they're trying to convince you. They're trying to convince you that man-made God and not the other way around. So brown bears, like anyone saying we've evolved, these creatures have evolved to blend into their backgrounds. A tiger in a jungle, what the fuck is that blending into? It's bright fucking orange, like black stripes. Polar bear, Yeah, blending into snow. But what is a fucking zebra and then fucking that desert blended into? Like, what's that evolved to blend into? What is it? Like, fucking, see what I'm saying? Snakes. They're pretty precise patterns on them as well. Giraffes. They're pretty precise. That's fucking pretty intricate. Like, and that is me done. I will post this video up. I'm about to go and submit the whole lot to the police. All I'm going to get is a video of them saying, yep, submitted it, blah blah blah. There you go. And I'll post this video up next to it.